start. It is at a level where there is a segment of our population which has not been able to benefit from the benefits of that growth process, and therefore when the president's address very enthusiastically mentions phrases of great achievements which have helped those sectors, the hard reality is that that sector is still underprivileged. There is also another segment which is an aspirational India where the aspirations are larger and understandably so. And therefore, this mandate also reflects on the government desire and the electorate desire to really perform as far as these areas are concerned. Sir, I had said in the beginning as to what role we intend to play. In any Westminster system, the conventional role of the opposition is to oppose. But in evolving and maturing democracy, this role has also evolved, and therefore, as I said, our principal object when we will be guided by national interest is how to strengthen the country. We have to strengthen this country in terms of making its borders secure. We have to strengthen this country in fighting terror within the country. We have to strengthen this country in our endeavor to help the government so that it can vanish all forms of poverty and sufferings. We have to strengthen this country by even pursuing the goal of social justice. Now, these are several areas of strengthening the country. One of the principal desires of an aspirational India is to become a developed economy by 2020. Now, in each of these endeavors, there are areas where we will support the government. There are areas where we will caution the government, and there are certain areas where we will be required to fiercely oppose the government. And when I read and when I heard the Honorable President's address, I was a little disappointed on one score. I did expect a mention, an emphatic mention of the manner in which racial attacks are being carried out against persons of the Indian origin in Australia. Now, this is something which is very current and contemporary, and any sensitive government which says with a sense of pride that we have millions of Indians in our diaspora living abroad and living all over the world would have been concerned with the plight of the Indian community which is being subjected to such inhuman and racial attacks. I think it is an oversight as far as the address is concerned. Stop.